Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Hope we're good. Hope we're all well. A little bit of a random time for me to be streaming, but as I said in the last stream a few days ago now, timings are going to be a little bit weird for the foreseeable. So I'm taking the opportunity and getting a flight in when I can. But starting September 7th, I will have a schedule that I can actually stick to. Right, let us hold short here, explain where we are, where we're going, what we're doing. We are in LAX. Let's have a look outside. We are in LAX, there we go. And we are going up to San Francisco, so not a particularly long flight, about an hour, give or take. And we are taking off on runway 24 left, heading out on Sid. I think it's called, what's it called? I want to say Moose. Yeah, Moose. Moose 2. And then we're going to come in San Francisco, runway 28 right. In terms of routing, we're going to come out of here and more or less head straight north. Just basically work our way up the coast, and we'll have San Jose on our right as we come in, and we'll make a final. I'll show you if we come out. Let's put this into plan quickly. So here's us, and we're going to head on out of LA, start heading northwest, gradually becoming more north, and then we arrive. And then we do a final turn, as you can see there, sort of a left bank, and then we're straight in. So it should all be relatively straightforward. Nothing too much to report really on the routing. We've got a few constraints on the way out. Let's have a look at those before we head off. So we got so we can't go above 8,000. That's our limit. And the reason why it's come out with 6450 is it's kind of splitting the difference between those two values. Kalo, hello. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for popping on in. And I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Apologies if I didn't. I am terrible at that stuff. It's one of the biggest challenges of this YouTube stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 8,000 in the window because that is our limit. And then that will keep us in the good books. And then from there, flight level 340, all the way in until we need to be at 3,000. So it's just a straightforward descent from cruise down to our final waypoint, which is where we basically turn, and then we are straight on the runway. So I say that's more than enough babbling. It's good here, I think it is. Let's get this show on the road. You're good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. It's like my FPS is a little bit up and down. As you can see on the map there, coming out of here and basically immediately going to the right. That's fine. Right. Everything's good. Let's go. Let's go to San Francisco. Keep us on that centre line. Okay, let's go. Positive rates. Gear up. speed to 212, 210 ideally. Autopilot on. And around we go. I never put the things on. Is that going to work today? Yes, I think it is. Let's get that speed into manage mode. See where we are. I feel like I have to scroll my scroll wheel so many times to get it to do literally anything. There we go, so we're coming up on 8,000, which is the highest we can go as per this this route out of LAX. So this waypoint I want is above 3,100, which we are comfortably above, and I know this says 6450, but if you look, we've got a constraint of 8,000. And we've got a speed limit of 250, which we're at, because we're above 10,000. Beyond that, it's transition altitude of 18,000 today. Tell you what I didn't do. I didn't get some to get these out of the way onto my second monitor, then I can see what's going on while we're looking out the window. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So we are 6 miles out from when we can start going up to our cruise altitude. Curious what kind of viewers this time of day is going to bring in. It's a relatively short flight, so I don't really know if all that many people will be about. Oh, look who's here. The co-pilot. How you doing? Pilot Zed, hello. How are we? Hope we're good. So you'll notice we are not in the 737. I have bought it from PMDG, and yeah, we're still learning, so I will keep the 737 off the streams for a little while. I can fly it manually quite well by now, but it's just the systems. Oh no, you're sick. Oh, that's too bad. I hope you mend up fast. There are checklists. Yes, there are. There are. I am sort of working my way through them. Tomorrow Saturday, let's go. It is indeed. Also my kid's birthday, so I'm going to be busy tomorrow. So that's why I figured I'd get a stream in now while I can. Alright. Why is it trying to do that again? Come on, play the game, Airbus. going to make everyone sick back there. 2,100 feet, that should be plenty. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, we're going to cut to a wing camera in just a moment. That is the priority. Just want to get make sure things are happening a bit more sensibly, because I don't know why it does that. You give it a managed climb to cruise and it tries to climb at like 6,000 feet a second, which to me does not pass the sniff test of being anywhere near reasonable. Right, let's look out, see what's out here. It's not bad. Just a cat. Yeah, working my way through the 737 stuff at the minute. It is staggering how different it is. I feel like I've worked really hard over the last sort of 2 or 3 months to kind of really go deep on the A320, and I'm nowhere near done. You know, there's still gaping holes in my knowledge. But yeah, going to the 737 after that, I kind of feel like it's like if someone asked me to try and make a cup of coffee, but I had to wear boxing gloves. It's like I feel completely like helpless. Like I just can't. I don't know what to press. I know what I want it to do, but I can't find where the buttons are to make it do what I want it to do. Yeah, so you're in a good position then. I mean, really, I probably should have maybe got the 600, because that's quite cheap, and learnt the systems on that. I don't know, there's no rush. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy the process, I think. That's what it's about for me anyway. I don't really feel the need to cash in on, like, YouTube content for it. I feel like I'm probably not the right creator for that. I can imagine for a lot of like the big simmers, it's it's a golden opportunity, but I'm not at that point at all. What's that at the other side? Yeah, I like the 800. I feel like the 800 is, when you say 737, I just say 737 and I will think of the 737-800. To me, that is like the default 737. Alright, we're at our transition altitude. Should have turned my lights off, shouldn't I? Oh, I can never remember what lights to do. Is that right? Beacon and nav and logo. Have I got that right? Hello, Chief. How you doing? Hopefully the sim doesn't crash today. Beacon nav logo is optional. Why not? Beacon nav logo. Yeah. Oh, just home from work. Nice. Yeah, a bit of a strange time of day for me to be streaming. My schedule, for a myriad of reasons, is all up in the air at the moment. So I had a couple of hours free, so I thought, you know what, let's just Let's just do it. New York to New Orleans, nice. What's the flight time on that? That's got to be... Because not only are you going north to south, you're doing quite a reasonable way west as well, aren't you? Is it 3, 4 hours? Three hours, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was so annoying when we crashed. Well, we didn't crash, the sim crashed, let's be clear about that. But yeah, coming into Vegas like on the final couple of turns and then just went. It's like, ah, you are kidding. Kind of threw me for a minute there. I didn't really know how to react to that. Sort of in the context of being live in front of people. It was like, oh, what do I do? Still, we rescued it. Vaguely. Rich after an 8-hour long haul. Hey, Lingus is back. How's it going? How are you? I feel like my FPS is just a little bit off at the moment. Can't quite put my finger on what it is, but I'm looking at my CPU usage at the moment, 27%, 24%, 23%. And GPU is sat at 45%. So nothing's under any serious strain. I mean, I imagine it's limited by the single threading performance of your CPU. So you could have like a 16-core CPU, but it's only going to really take advantage of one of those threads. One core, one thread. Excited for PMDG to release 787 and 777 lineups. Yeah, I didn't know they were doing a 787. Oh right, I've never heard of Quality Wings. So is that going to be a mod of the 787 we already have, or is it like a built from the ground up style thing? You've got to be careful, you could end up spending like all your money on planes, couldn't you? They keep bringing them out. It's like, oh, that looks good. No way. Okay, that will be cool. Yeah, I've been having a little play with the Dreamliner. Now I've got the premium edition. Well, it feels good. I like to fly. And let's be honest, I have got no idea whether it feels right or wrong. It felt nice to fly, but whether that represents realism versus the real world counterpart, I don't know, because obviously I'm not a pilot, but I guess the study level comes from all the systems in the cockpit that actually work versus a lot of inoperative buttons. Since when did you get it? What, the 787? So last week I cancelled Game Pass and bought the Premium Deluxe Flight Sim because it went on sale on Steam. So I got the Dreamliner as part of that. Yeah, I read about the heavy dev mod the other day, actually. I haven't installed it yet. Makes it a lot more flyable. Okay. What specifically? Do you know what it does specifically? Like, is it more systems that work in the cockpit, or is it just the way it feels, the way it handles? Right. Need to have a quick look. Because we are now at cruise. And where are we? Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, I'll look into that. Thank you. Right. At Seepin? Capin? How are we saying that? It needs to be at 3,000. $188 miles. Okay. Top of descent. We are at 34,000 feet. We need to be at 3,000 feet. And we want to do it at about 2,000 feet per minute. 106 miles. Nice. Happy days. Happy days. We had the PMGG 737 FMC noises. The noises? Not sure. Uh-oh. Slight problem. I can't appear to move from here. Come on, help me out. Ah, now I can move. I got completely locked. That was less than ideal. Button click. Oh. I'll have to look at that. Yeah, I feel like I need to get a better checklist for the 737. The one I have is quite ambiguous. I almost need one where it gives me step by step through the like entering your route, stars, SIDS, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's actually the one I've been using. It's the summarised checklist. I'm just reading through it now. It's more things like, you know, set the APU, set the altimeter, I think my issue is getting my flight plan loaded. I've managed to get the flight plan loaded, so where I download the PMDG flight plan from SimBrief and pop it in the flight plans folder. To hold the brakes to use the parking brake. Oh. Okay. Hey, Nick's in the chat. How you doing, Nick? Right, let's enter our destination data while I think of it. Try not to get my cursor locked on this tablet. That was rather strange, I'm not going to lie, a few moments ago. There we go. Right. Let's just pop this in. UNH. What is it? San Francisco 29905. I love that if you. I think you put me onto this Western where you type the dot and it will automatically put it in for you. I love that feature. What's the temperature on the ground? 21. And it is 20 degrees at 10 knots. In the Barrow field, I'm never sure what to do for the Barrow field. Would it be this? The 1014? Which I guess is a translation of 29905. It's not, okay. So what do I put in Barrow? Is it the 1014? I mean, I did read somewhere, if you don't know, just put 200 in, but then quite often it won't work in the radio. Oh, I don't know. We'll leave it at that for now. Okay, we are 129 miles out, so 34,000. Barrow's landing altitude plus 200. Okay. Yeah, more research required on my part for that one. See what I mean? Like, yeah, Just holes in the knowledge. That's all part of the fun. I think that's all kind of part of the fun though. Right, let's start our descent down to 3,000 feet, because it's not going to be long. Really not going to be long. Yeah, same. I'm trying to close them up, but it's one of those things where the deeper you dig, the more things reveal themselves that you don't know about. No, it really didn't take long, did it? It really didn't take long. So we are going to plan 127 miles out. Really not long. I think in a way it's kind of part of the fun really, is like learning little bits about the plane as you go. I almost wonder if there ever comes a point where I know it all, will it stop being fun? I hope that doesn't become the case. I'm sure it won't, but yeah, I think the joy is in the journey with the learning. Will I ever fly Ryanair? I don't know. I'd like to get my own colours. Really, that's kind of what I prefer to do. But I mean, ultimately it doesn't make a lot of difference, like, especially when you sat in the cockpit for most of the flight, so. Where are we going to go next? Good question. I don't know. I purposefully chose this route because I know it's quite short and I don't have a huge amount of time tonight. Hence I avoided the cold and dark start as well, just because time pressures in the real world at my end. But I wanted to get a stream in. I've missed doing it. Missed chatting to you all. Missed the flying. So there won't be a stream tomorrow. Kiddo's birthday, so I'm going to be well and truly occupied with that. Sunday's possible? Sunday's possible? Oh, Indy's here. How you doing, Indy? Almost got the whole crew of regulars in. Yeah, I should do some European routes. You know, you sort of go anywhere near the France-Spanish border, Italy. You're going to get some pretty cool mountains. Yeah, Sunday. Not sure what time. Probably around this time, but a bit earlier. If I had to guess, maybe 8:30 UK time. Once we get to September the 7th, real life stuff will have settled down a bit from my point of view, and I will be able to follow a schedule, all being well. And the plan is Monday morning, Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, Thursday evening. You're right there, Speedy. It's possible we might do a couple of, you know, the odd bonus stream at the weekend, but I can't commit to that regularly. I think it's nice as well doing the morning, then the evening, then the morning, then the evening, because then you've sort of got two different markets that you might be able to stream to. I mean, I appreciate some people might be available for both, that's cool, but it's kind of convenient that my schedule dictates it has to be that, because then it's two different ends of the day for different people, which is cool. We've got about 20,000 feet to drop. We're just coming up on 22,000. And we've got 74 miles until we need to be at our waypoint. At 3,000 feet. So we should be good. There's 17,000 feet to go, 2,000 feet a minute. About 8.5 minutes. What do I think about Minecraft? Ooh, I recently discovered it. Kind of via my kid, but only explored creative mode so far, so literally just digging holes and building random buildings for no real reason other than we want to. Very cool though, like the crafting, sort of getting into the crafting side of it a little bit. I mean, outside of Flight Sim, Minecraft, being totally honest, wouldn't be my go-to as a game. Like, I do consider myself a PC gamer as well as a flight simmer, and I kind of see those as two different things. Like, I love my flight simming stuff, always have done, ever since I was like 9 or 10, and we had a PC that could run Flight Sim 2000. But I've also always followed like the more typical PC gamery kind of games. So at the moment, I guess my go-tos outside of Flight Sim would probably be Warzone and Valorant. Love me some Valorant. Bit of CSGO on occasion. I've never flown on Minecraft. Probably just as well. I am a bit of a sucker for Halo as well. And I know the new Halo Infinite has gotten a lot of stick. A lot of people have complained about it. A lot of big names have left. The game is allegedly not very well populated. I still love it. Let's get our speed back. We are probably going to need some speed brakes for this, I would anticipate. There they are. Let's get the other side. Man, that FPS is tanking when I move views. So the speed is coming down now. Oh no. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Oh. My heart skipped a beat then. Flip. That was an uncomfortably long pause, if ever I've seen one. Alright, deep breaths, come on. I was certain that was going to crash then as well. I was so relieved when it came back. Oh, right. Let's go into the cockpit. Right. Yeah. I have indeed. FPS does not feel good. There. Do I want my strobe on? I don't think so. So we're 35 miles out. What am I doing? Let's slow up our descent rate a little bit. Till we get past these mountains. Whoa, my FPS is not good. Part of me wonders if the sim is going to crash before we get there at this rate. Let's not tempt fate. What was it? 299.5. Weren't we already on that? Yes, we were. We are 24 miles out. And 34 miles from the airport. We show the livery? Yeah, sure. Go. Hopefully I don't stress the sim out and cause it to crash by doing this. Let's get that speed down a little bit. I like it too. I feel like it's aging a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the speed is bouncing around. Speed brakes it is. Better than dropping the gear, I suppose. We are about time we actually activated our approach phase. So we're not that far out, are we? 26 miles to the runway. Hello from Los Angeles. Awesome. Good to have you. Welcome on in. We're almost in your neck of the woods, I suppose. Well, we started in your neck of the woods for sure. Do auto brake medium. Next stage of flaps. Where are we now? We're just coming into San Francisco. Not far out from it at all, so I think we got San Jose out of our window. I think, maybe. My local knowledge on this part of the world isn't great, despite having been there once in real life, but yeah, they knocked it out the park, didn't they, with the graphics? For sure. I'm not loving my FPS at the moment. Not loving it at all. Feels like I'm dangerously close. Dangerously close indeed to a crash. As in the sim crashing, not me crashing, hopefully. Thanks to everyone, by the way, that's liked the stream. Always appreciate that. Helps the channel massively, so thank you. And if you're new around here, feel free to sub. Be doing a lot more of these live streams. Where's the runway? We are going to sort of head out over here and then turn around to the left. I think that is the airport, just there. And sort of come out and around a little bit. Right. ground. Good luck. Yeah, I may need it. May need it. You know what? It's been a few days since I've flown, so I don't know about the rest of you, but after like just even a couple of days away, I feel a little bit like, ooh, it feels a bit weird. This is the add-on. This is the fly-by-wire A320NX. What do we think? Manual control all the way down once we hit glide slope? So the good news is we're intercepting the glide slope from beneath this time, as opposed to the reliving Bristol the other day. That was rough. That was rough. I don't mind saying. Yeah, 1,000 feet's reasonable, I think. That's more than reasonable. Well, let's see if the approach mode is going to work, first of all. It should do. I don't think I've messed anything up. Hey, I'm new here. Welcome on in. Glad to have you. Well, the point of view we're going to have in a moment, or as of right now, is this one because we're about to land. So, I'm sure a lot of you know, but for those that don't, I'm looking at this diamond and that diamond. So this diamond is gradually going to come down to meet this yellow line, and this diamond represents a glide slope. So at the moment, the glide slope is above us. So as we maintain 3,000 feet, we'll intercept it. And then as we do this turn, which we're about to do, you can see this one's already moving. And if I hit the approach button, yes, it's bad. To look into that. Right, if I hit approach, all being well, the plane will now keep us completely in line with the runway and on the glide slope. Enable AP2, yeah. What does that do exactly? Because it still works without it. Is it like a backup? Yeah, I've heard people say, like, in the real airplane you need AP1 and AP2 enabled for this to work, but in the sim you don't. Yeah, America's vast, isn't it? Time zones.
$2,500.
Gear down. You know what, I think I'm going to disable autopilot from here. Try and get as much of a feel as I can before it's too late. There we go. The idiot's in charge now, look out. Oh, Indiana, nice. Never been to Indiana. What if I down New York, Nevada, California, and Michigan when we got delayed in Detroit for a day. Oh, and Arizona. Arizona. Been to Arizona. Anyway, concentrate on the landing. Mind reminiscing about your holidays. So about 50 feet, I'm going to drop throttles to idle. 30 to 20 feet. We'll look at doing a flare, and we are too high. Look at that. Diamond is just slipping away from us. And we need to be over to the left just a touch. Come on. Let's not embarrass ourselves in front of everyone. I always find this approach quite tricky because it's literally ocean, then runway. I find having
1,000
land beneath me somewhat of an aid, and I don't quite know why that is. But I guess there's more landmarks and more contours in the ground, and you can kind of judge your altitude. Oh, we're too low. A little bit easier. Hence, I'm coming off the glide slope already, like I'm up it. Come on, you silly boy, get back on the glide slope.
$500.
Better.
400. $100 above. 300. Minimum.
Proceed. Now, of course, I'm too high, as always. Too low, then too high.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Hey, we're down. We're down. A little bit wobbly towards the end there on the glide slope. Yeah, that one slipped away from me there for some reason. Managed to almost get it back for most of the way, but not bad. Not bad, not bad. I'll take it. I say I always find I kind of went into this flight knowing that it would be slightly challenging. I always find having that sea there very, very challenging. It sort of disorients you after a point, I find. Becomes sort of mesmerising. Alright, let's find us a gate, shall we? Yeah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Next one, there won't be one tomorrow. Kid's birthday, so otherwise occupied. Hoping I can do one Sunday evening. Maybe start at around 8:30 UK time. Roughly. What's the destination? For the next stream? Not sure. Not sure. I tell you what I will do. Oh, thanks, Bean Sprouts. What I will do, I will put up a community post after this stream saying something like, where should we fly next? And you'll leave some comments, and I will see if I can pick one that's appropriate to the amount of time that I have. Yes, London Gatwick to Venice is amazing. I didn't turn the APU on. Yeah, that could be a cool one. Definitely, for sure. Anyway, bit of a short one tonight. A bit of time pressure at my end, but I'm glad to have gotten on. And thankful to you all for turning up. Always a pleasure. And yeah, hopefully see you all Sunday evening about 8:30 UK time, all being well. And we'll see where we go. In the meantime, you all look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time.